Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another one of our spaces. I've named it the Bull Market Spaces because LunaClassic has pumped, which is great to see. Bitcoin breaking 100K, crypto's pumping. Good time to be alive. Got Juris Protocol, Rexy, and a few other people joining. If you enjoy the spaces, guys, do hit that like button and share so more people can tune in. We'll hopefully have some Juris Alpha, some Terra Alpha as well from Rexy. And I did message Leonardo to get a USTC Repeg update. Hopefully he joins later as well to give us an update on that. But yeah, let's have a good spaces, guys. Hopefully we can bring on some of you guys. I would like to give a price prediction. I'll ask the guests, Juris, Rexy, to share their LunaClassic price prediction as well for this year and next year. Juris, how are you doing, mate?
Hey Rocko, hi everyone, I'm doing great. Hope you guys have a good time too. Actually, we should all be doing great because everyone has Luna bags, I guess. Some of you guys have Juris bags as well. It's also doing great. I was looking for it to lose a zero, which didn't happen yet, but I guess we'll get there. So excited, man.
Yeah, really nice candle, a 40% candle. This is a big resistance. I'll share my thoughts on it in a minute. But if we close above here, this is the highest LunaClassic monthly close since November 2022. So that will be really bullish if we can hover around here and close above here this month. Rexy, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Carl. Nice to speak to you all. And in England, I was going to say a pleasant evening, but it's pissing it down with rain, so it's not quite so good here. But and I'm stuck in traffic, so I'm a little bit intermittent in terms of kind of responding. Please kind of forgive us there.
Is that the rain, Rexy?
It's. I think the polite way of putting it is saying it's precipitating it down. If you like, but it's chucking it down. Although, to be fair, we've not actually had that much rain this year, and in England, I mean, the temperature's just remarkable. I mean, it's 14.5 degrees today. There's still leaves on the trees, which normally they're all gone by mid-October. So it's a bit of an odd one, really. But there we go. But however, the climate in the crypto market is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I mean, it's summer holidays for everybody.
I'm glad I'm in Thailand and not back in the UK.
Yeah, I've just been to Nottingham for the day and taken the son to hospital, and it's pretty much rained all day.
Cool. We'll come back to you later, Rex. Hopefully you'll be somewhere quieter later on.
Can you hear it on the roof?
You can, yeah. There's a lot of background noise. We'll come back to you, Rex, in a bit. Cool. If you could go on mute. Oh, there he is, already gone mute. Cool. So I can share my thoughts on it. So Bitcoin's broken 100K. I was asleep, but it was such a big milestone. So we always meme Bitcoin's going to be 100K. Bitcoin's going to be worth 0.1 of a million. So it's great to see it's broken out. I would like to see follow through in this. It's not as strong breakout. I'm mainly long Doge. I don't really shill small caps like other small caps on LunaClassic spaces, but that's my big bag. That looks like it's ready to break out. But yeah, Bitcoin needs to see our follow through. I just hope that it doesn't fake out and start dumping, because then we'll get a pullback in a lot of the alts. It could be a good buying opportunity depending on if you're on leverage longs or if you're already your bags are full and you can't buy the dip. But from a trading point of view, it looks great. It could follow through from here. I'd say as long as it doesn't break below 97, 98K, I'll lean bullish on the short time frame as well. We're in a bull market. This is the time to be aping in LunaClassic, Doge, BNB's broken out, Ethereum. There's so many coins that's pumping. It's a bit of a bittersweet moment as well. If you guys follow me, I did move into Ethereum. I thought Ethereum BTC had bottomed out a few months back. So it's a bit of a bittersweet moment. Ethereum is my biggest bag, not Bitcoin. I still do have some, speak to Rexy and LO610. I might have to sell like a long-term huddle bag for like some personal reasons. But yes, it's a bit of a bittersweet moment. I wish I had just held more Bitcoin. I would have made more money than trying to look at other stuff. So yeah, really bullish, broken 100K, happy. hopefully you guys are happy as well. In terms of LunaClassic, guys, so if you listen to our previous spaces, and I actually shared a live YouTube video. I'm going to link it when Rexy or LL69 is talking. But yeah, I did share that trade live when we were start breaking that 0.00012 level. From a high time frame, 0.00001 was a big resistance level. It was support back in January. We rejected it since July, and then we broke out in November. And since then, I've been sort of bullish. LunaClassic targeting 0.00016. That was my big monthly resistance target. These were also resistance earlier in the year. We're here. So again, if you don't have LunaClassic spot bags, I'll still recommend, if you're listening to this spaces, go buy LunaClassic spot bag. I think it goes a lot higher. It's still, I think, less than 1 billion market cap now. Once we start going higher and higher, more people will start seeing LunaClassic. I was actually speaking to Diamond Hands in the DMs, and he was saying that if LunaClassic goes to post crash high, a lot of people that probably have some LunaClassic, heard about LunaClassic, will start talking about us. We've already seen Wiz, Bull BNB, Mario talking about Luna. If we start reaching those price levels, we're going to have huge free marketing, and that's the positive about being an old coin. When you're trying to shill a new project, and if you've been following me, I've been shilling a few new projects, trying out some AI and meme stuff. It's hard to build a community. LunaClassic has the community. People know the LunaClassic brand. They'll start saying, "Oh, what's happening? Juris is building. There's a Repeg stuff going on. Rexy is doing Terra Casino, Terraport, and all this cool stuff." And then they might want to buy your bags. They might buy Cat with Hat. They might buy Hot Lady Token, Pizza B, use Garuda, Elbon, and all this cool stuff that we've got going on chain. So that's really exciting. I hope we get to that peak level, and this is not. I mean, even if Bitcoin drops, I think we're going to get an altcoin season. If you study 2017, after Bitcoin sold off, we still had rallies in altcoins. So yeah, that would be an amazing position to be in, where LunaClassic is pumping so much. Influencers are talking about us. Influencers try to talk about what's the current news. I've been shilling XRP because XRP is what people want to hear about, or HBAR recently. If LunaClassic is pumping, everyone's going to talk about LunaClassic, and I think that will happen around the post crash highs. People will be like, "Oh, LunaClassic is not dead. People are still building on LunaClassic." So those are some long-term Hopium, long-term bullish stuff. Short time frame, 0.00016 is my key resistance level. I would like to see some consolidation here, similar to what we saw in November. In terms of next target, the highs of December last year is around 0.00028. I think those are the targets we'll be heading towards next, which is nicely above about 40-50% higher. So short time frame, that's the target. Long term, I'll come back to my predictions. I'll ask Juris and Rexy their thoughts on LunaClassic, and then I'll share my prediction as well. We'll talk about news and all this stuff, but it's bull market, guys, so I want to share some hope here and talk about prices as well. Okay, LL69, what's your thoughts on the market, and then prediction for LunaClassic?
Markets are green. I think we haven't started yet, to be honest, because this reminds me of 2020 a lot. And I remember when Bitcoin reached like all-time high, altcoins were like waking up, and everybody thought, like, including myself, Bitcoin is gonna run first, and it kind of did, but then altcoins catched up and went violent. And I think lots of altcoins, they pump, but they're not yet even at all-time highs. So I guess there is still lots of room to grow. Even ETH is, I think, not even yet at all-time high. It's close though. And for LunaClassic, price prediction you asked for, right?
Yes.
For when? For end of the year, or?
Yeah, maybe short term, and then next year as well, this bull market.
I think probably end of the year, possibly somewhere around all-time highs, maybe like 0.005, 0.003, somewhere in those ranges. And next year, man, I don't know, like depends on Bitcoin and ETH. Like if they go crazy and like money floods in, possibly 1/10 of a cent to 0.5 cents, maybe like half a cent, maybe a cent even. I mean, it depends also on Juris and on the other stuff, right? I don't want to share too much, but so yeah, let's say 1 cent maximum. That's my prediction.
But did you say 005 for end of the month?
No. I said 0005 end of the year.
005 end of the year. Okay, I mean that's possible. That 200-300% pump. I mean, one thing you noticed is it doesn't take long at all for a move to happen. So if you look at the XRP chart, XRP is basically pumped in a month or few weeks and eradicated the whole bull market. So you could have been holding XRP since 2018 for 6 years, and then you would have made no money. And then if you had sold a few weeks before, you would have missed out on all the gains. So in a bull market, like there's a big saying, and again, I'm less of a trader now, is just being in the market, because time in the market beats trying to trade the markets. So if you've got a LunaClassic bag, I'm not saying be all in LunaClassic or Juris, but just being in the market, because if you held XRP and then you sold a couple of months back, you would have literally missed out on a crazy gain. And in a bull market, it only takes a few weeks. XRP's gone crazy. HBAR's put in almost a 10x in 6 weeks. So yeah, it can get really, really crazy in this market. Okay, really bullish stuff from LL69. Rexy, what's your thoughts?
It's been epic kind of watching it all, isn't it? I kind of agree with some of what Juris was saying there. It's I think if you kind of look at the liquidity in the market and where the money's kind of been spent, and then listen to some of the predictions of like Michael Saylor and Raoul Paul and some of these. Just bear with a second. They predict a massive amount of money coming in. I mean, I think Michael Saylor predicts that Bitcoin could reach a market cap of something like about 280 trillion or something like that. I mean, the fantastic figures. Whether that's realistic, time will tell. But I've also, heard more kind of conservative estimates of, Bitcoin maybe getting 10, 20 trillion or something like that. And when you compare it to the market cap of gold, and then look at the utility of what cryptocurrencies can offer to the financial markets, there's probably a chance for a great big, kind of upside. I think the other element to look at there is if you've got all this money pumping into Bitcoin, and when you're talking about trillions, and then compare that to the market cap of like Ethereum and BNB and these that have been doing pretty well as well, actually you don't need anywhere near the amount of money pumping into these to make a massive kind of spike, a massive gain. So if you had, let's say, Bitcoin, let's just assume it doubles from here, which I think for many people they might think that's quite conservative. So if that doubles and brings another 2 trillion into the market, and then people take profit at that, they're going to look for other places to invest it. And then if you had something like, let's say, Lunc, which where are we market cap at the minute now? We're about $1 billion, somewhere around there, I think, aren't we?
Yeah,
imagine just how much that could actually pump Lunc price. Not if you're going to get 2 trillion pumped into it, because I think that's probably a little bit optimistic. But if you just sort of fraction that 2 trillion pumped into Lunc, I mean, the gains would be absolutely massive. And then, of course, the trading from that generates a massive amount of kind of burns as well for those people that like that kind of narrative. And all you need is the chart to actually lose a zero, start to create, kind of some banana fun, so to speak. And then that will attract other people, because the potential gains for the amount of money that's needed to invest to get there are phenomenal. So, we could get back up to, being something like a top 20 crypto. And if that happens, people that are actually kind of invested in us now, I mean, they're really going to get some major returns. But it's all, it's all ifs and buts. I mean, something that we've got within TerraClassic that many other ecosystems don't seem to have is we've got an absolute first-class kind of chain. we're, you know, pretty well placed in terms of the, you know, the kind of ecosystem that we're in, you know, the kind of cosmos, if you like, and we've got building going on. So once we actually remove this barrier that the burn tax has put in place in terms of making it difficult to actually build, and that's in process, isn't it? Then actually what's stopping people building here other than the technology, if you like, which it might be something that they're aligned to or not. But the potential is absolutely massive. So with that having that massive potential, we've got, you know, some cracking kind of dexes online as well for trading, and I'll come back to that in a second. But then you've got lending and borrowing protocols coming on with Juris. You've got synthetic assets with Selenium, and I think that's nearly ready to go. Then you've got gaming, you've got various other things that we've got on chain as well, and, you know, immense amount of NFTs and things like this. So actually, we've got a lot, but then on top of that, you've got this comeback story as well, and you've got a meme narrative of things like, you know, Do Kwon coming back as an AI-generated leader and things like this. So we've kind of got everything here, which is something that not every other chain's got. And the other thing that we've got is a fantastic community that's really passionate about us as well. So, you know, I think we've pretty much got a good amount going for us. So now you're going to say, what's my prediction, aren't you, I guess?
Yeah, short term and then longer term as well for this bull market.
Yeah. So I think if you say short term up to the end of the year, I think we could be somewhere between 0003 and 0006. So that's like a double to a quadruple to where we are, I think, isn't it, roughly? I think that'd be realistic. And it all depends on, we get a little bit of momentum. Once we get a bit of momentum and we start coming up the charts, because we've got that massive amount of kind of folk following around LunaClassic, and because we're known to, you know, all the publicity agents and magazines and, you know, crypto influencers, they'll all latch onto it and they'll want to be associated with this massive comeback of this currency that was supposedly dead, but now it's thriving, because they just like to be associated with things like this. So if that takes off, then 0.0006, I think could be way too low, and I think you could probably at least lose 10 and maybe do, you know, you could end up with the 005, something like that. Not saying by Christmas, but maybe by, you know, by April. Yeah, I'm really hopeful for it, and the knock-on effect to this is that when people start hearing about TerraClassic, then they're going to start hearing about the things that have been built on TerraClassic. So things like Juris, which, I mean, what's it got market cap now, about 7 million, 8 million, something like that. Well, that's nothing for the potential it's got as a project. I mean, it's peanuts, isn't it? So you get somebody that thinks, crikey, you know, I want to throw $1 million into that. Well, that's not going to add $1 million to the market cap, because I know there's a lot of people who don't want to sell Juris. There's less in circulation. So that would pump up the price massively. You know, you could probably get a few 100 million market cap just with somebody wanting to put that amount of money in. So, and then look at all the other tokens that are, you know, on kind of Terport and other projects on there as well. You know, Terratritium and Rocket and all these kind of, you know, gamified tokens. There's a lot of potential there.
Sorry, I was on mute. But no, thanks for that. Thanks for that.
I wondered whether I'd rugged for a minute.
No, sorry, I was on mute. But yeah, for me, I think my prediction, I made a video about it. My prediction was not 005 this bull market. I think that's not too crazy. I think it's possible in a crazy parabolic run. In terms of end of the year, in my video, I talked about not point 0003, 0004. I think that's quite realistic. Those are just above the highs of last year. I think that's a reasonable target, around 2-3x from here. Yeah, I think those would be my targets for LunaClassic. The money would be made, again, if people make money from LunaClassic, they go into the ecosystem coins. We've seen it in Solana. People made a lot of money from Solana, went from, I don't know, $10 from the FTX crash to let me just move Rexy. Went from $10 from the FTX crash to 100, 200. There've been loads of new people that made crazy money, and they started aping into the ecosystem coins. That's where you can get like the crazy gains that we saw in altcoin. It also happened, you can see a bit with XRP. Again, if you guys want to make money, go look at these new ecosystem coins. If you've got less than 5-figure portfolio, that's where you can get the crazy X's. I've seen XRP meme coins, XPRL, I think. I've not had a chance to download the wallet and play around myself. Some of those have, like, someone put in $100 and then they turned it into 100K, and there's been sharing that on Twitter. Something like that could happen to LunaClassic. If LunaClassic goes up a lot, people in LunaClassic, hodlers like ourselves, will make a lot of money. Would get, we think we're rich. Our risk appetite goes up. We want to ape into meme coins, and that's when lower caps like Juris, other meme coins, Terra, could potentially do very well. So exciting times. Let's see if we can break out and hold above 0.061. Even if we pull back to 0.0015, I think we're fine. I'll probably look to buy the dip if we get there from a trading point of view. As long as we hold above 0.001, I think we're in a bull market cycle. It is resistance, so maybe some sideways, and hopefully we see a breakout. So that's the price bit done. Again, guys, no one knows what's going on. I said it earlier in the spaces, in a bull market, don't try and time everything. Just buy some bags. You might get lucky and catch the biggest winner, or you might get a bit unlucky and your coin still pump 2-3x. What you don't want is try to time it and then completely miss out on the gains. So that will be my advice. If you've got 10k to put in, maybe buy 2-3k or already, and then buy some more on dips or dollar cost average in. In terms of news for LunaClassic, I think the key news is that tax thing that Stratcol's working on, the upgrade to V3.30. That's passing with flying colors. That's going to help development on change. A lot of people, a lot of apps and DApps that wants to move over to LunaClassic will find it a lot easier. So that's big news. Apart from that, I've not really been kept up to date with the news. I've mainly been looking at price and trading. LO69, is there any news that you want to share about LunaClassic?
LunaClassic specifically, not really, except we have this text to gas upgrade going on, like the vote for it. Other than that, I think it's pretty silent right now, which is not a bad thing, because at least nobody's fighting. So yeah.
Cool. Rexy, have you got any LunaClassic news before we move on to the shilling our bags?
Yeah, I think I've got a bit. If you just give us just a second. Okay, yes. So when we had the spaces on Sunday, I said that the compensation initiative that we got from Terport for the hack, that was going to be due out this week. And my understanding is, I spoke to the devs this morning, is that should be done for tomorrow. Now, hopefully that's not a tomorrow that never comes. So that could be epic, and that's great for for those that lost money within the hack. Also, as I've said before, we're still kind of pursuing the enforcement approach to this as well. So we've got a massive investor in Norway who's been with us pretty much from the start, and they lost a significant amount of money in the hack. And he managed to get the enforcement agents to actually contact KuCoin. But at that time, unfortunately, because so many people in the community reckoned it was an inside job, the enforcement people thought, oh, well, they're probably right. So they didn't pursue getting the money from KuCoin. And this is the power of FUD and all the shit that we get spread around that just doesn't do us any good. And of course, as it turned out, as we within the Terport team knew from the start, it wasn't internal hack. It was hacked by North Korea. We just couldn't tell anybody. So now that the UN Security Council has released the report which recognises that police force now is taking it seriously and actually treating it as the crime that it really was. So that's really positive. Also, we're looking at a class action as well to try to recover these funds. So from an investor's perspective, hopefully they'll get compensation, and that'll be sooner rather than later. That also enables them, that doesn't prevent them from seeking money directly from the exchanges as well. This is only compensation. It's not on the basis that you accept this compensation and then turn off, then that kind of forgoes liability and that type of thing. So you can still, get your money back. So that's all real positive. Then of course there's some news out, I think was it yesterday, that we've made the connection with Noble USDC. So that means that you can have a native USDC on TerraClassic now, which is absolutely epic, especially for lending and borrowing, because that's, it's kind of native to the ecosystem now, isn't it? And that helps fantastic with trading as well, because you've got that fixed point that you can trade against as well. So that's really good. I've not checked up with the team on that today in terms of how activated that is, but certainly the connections are. And Frag from Juris, he worked with our head dev on that as well to make that happen. So massive thanks to him. He's a stalwart of TerraClassic, isn't it, Frag? He'll be knighted, won't he? Or they'll make a saint from him or something like that in the future. So there's that. What else we got? There's some proposals going through Terport at the minute, and one of those is when Terport was first set up, part of the strategy behind it was that we would help to create a thriving ecosystem within TerraClassic, and as part of that, we would help token creators create their projects, give them somewhere to trade. That will attract investment in, which all kind of feeds in to the price and the value of TerraClassic. And we've kind of delivered on that. I think we're kind of doing our bit. Another aspect of that is that trading would generate fees, which would go to buy back and burn Terra. Okay. Now there's a particular issue with one of the contracts, not from a safety point of view or anything like that, but from a technical perspective, which meant that the fees that was actually collected haven't been able to be released to buy back and burn Terra. However, kind of reflecting on this over the last kind of year or so, we've kind of been thinking, rather than buying back and burning Terra with that, would it be better if that money that was collected, or those funds that was collected, could be used to create extra liquidity in Terport to help that emerging, hopefully kind of thriving, kind of trading ecosystem. It'd be fantastic if TerraClassic as a blockchain would use some of the funds that are just sitting idly from the community pool and provide liquidity to online sexes that way, and that could actually earn some rewards for the community pool as well, and actually help generate more earnings for validators. But that doesn't seem to be something that's likely to happen before Christmas anyway. There's a lot of validators think it's a fantastic idea, but I think there's some that for some reason don't think it's a good idea. Let's put it like that. Although then they can't really give any reasoning for it. So So we'll have to see. But if we could really increase liquidity amongst the kind of trading pools on the dexes on chain, I mean, that could just help everybody, and it makes it attractive for investors to come in as well. So rather than mucking about, kind of investing $100,000, a few $1,000s here and there, they can invest the big money in the tens and hundreds of thousands, because the slippage will be vastly reduced as well. And that's when you can then create these massive opportunities for 100x's and 1000x's and so on. So that's some really kind of positive stuff there. The wallet that was creating, that's still on track. Although it's not the priority on the list because there's other things that we need to close off first. But that's looking pretty good. And then with my Terra Casino hat on, last month was absolutely kind of epic. We paid out over, I think it was £8 million in prize money, which for an application using a dead chain, so to speak, is absolutely fantastic. And as part of that, we've got, I think, was it 4 kind of members of staff that are paid now. So they're community members that are supported by TerraClassic. I mean, Bleaves is supported by Terra Casino as well. I think last year we spent something like $25,000 on promoting coins and projects through sponsoring Bleeds and other people. So that's really positive, and it's really giving something back from the casino as well. There's some positive kind of news stories there, I think, really.
Cool. I mean, I could maybe chill a bit. So I've been speaking to a project, let's say, that could potentially partner up with the casino to burn. It would potentially bring some more hype, attention to LunaClassic. I've been in some of those conversations with Rexy, so I don't think it's over the line yet, but that could be bullish. And hopefully Rexy will burn Juris and Cat with Hat and pump my bags a bit more.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I don't know how many people realise this, but when the casino first came to town, so to speak, we had an agreement with it that it would burn. A percentage of all bets that was made would go towards a burn fund, if you like, and that percentage would be based on what the burn tax was charged at the time, and at that time it was at 0.2%. So therefore 0.2% of every bet that's made in Terra Casino goes into a bag, or a treasury, if you like, that's used to buy back and burn, whether that's Lunc. At the minute it's Cat with That, and I mean there's been some big buybacks of that just recently, and Cat with That's doing fantastic. I think it's at is it 130 at the minute, something like that. But that's when it first started burning Cat with That, I think it's done a 15x since then. So that's great, and we're going to carry on burning it. I think probably a few grand of buybacks this week as well. We'll have to see how it kind of goes. But I kind of digress there. So in terms of that buyback and burn fund, if you like, that treasury for these betting birds, it doesn't matter whether you use Bitcoin in the casino, Ethereum, whether it's USDT, BNB, TRX, Lunc, if you like, XRP is, or whatever it is that you use in that casino, 0.2% of that is put into a pot to buy back and burn on TerraClassic. So I'm currently connecting up with the XRP community to see if we can get some of their users more interested in using XRP, because that's one of the biggest community users of Terra Casino, and we're going to offer to see if we can maybe host some of their meme coins in Terra Casino as well, because that will help attract the XRP community to there. And you only need to look at the market cap of XRP and the amount of thriving and verbal people within their community to see what an impact that could be. So we could end up with tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy back and burn on a monthly basis if it really gets behind it. And anybody can help, promote the casino and just link up with other community members and say, look, we've got this fantastic casino. They don't need to tell me that it burns TerraClassic. They can maybe keep that under the hat and, just promote the casino and know that ultimately they're going to benefit from it.
Cool.
So, watch this space.
Cool. Thanks, Rexy, for that. I can see lots of other people here as well. DJ, Hexagon, Echelon, Vegas. If you guys want to come up and speak, let me know. I can see Pack there as well. Maybe we will do some Pack and HBAR spaces in the future together. Okay. Juris, go ahead. Shill us some Juris Alpha.
Before I should Jurus Alpha, somebody in the community told me we forgot something. There is this crypto mag. What are they called? I think Vegas talked about it in the last space, so I guess that's still active. There's talks about liquid NFTs coming to Lunc, made by them. They seem to be a pretty big crypto news outlet. I didn't hear about them before, but they seem to be big. And I was told that great things are coming. So,
could you just tell us the name of that again, please, Juris?
Sorry?
Could you just tell us the name of this news outlet again, please? I know Vegas talked about it on Sunday, but I didn't catch the name.
Yeah, the name is, let me see 1 second. I think it's Crypto Magazine. Crypto, 1 second. Let me look at it. I think it's in the tweet of Classic Chaos Podcast. Wait a second. Crypto Max with a Z in the end. So there is this episode. Maybe I can send it to Rocko, and he can, if he wants to, he can put it on the nest. There are like links to the episode where they talk about this and the link to the Twitter profile. So the guys, like the magazine account is Crypto Max with a Z at the end. Magazine, like Mac and then the Z. And it seems to be pretty interesting. It's hard for me to at the same time read through DMs and talk to you guys, but it seems to be pretty interesting. So I will check it out. Let me send it to you, Rocko, and you can put it on the nest.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could. If you could include a link to their Twitter page, that would be great, because I imagine there's no end of people in the community and, project creators, Hexagon and, various others, that would be great to have some kind of article in there just to show that TerraClassic is alive and kicking and there are builders and projects there, and it ain't this dead chain that's got cobwebs on it that a lot of people may think.
Cool. DJ said that I missed out something else as well. I don't know if it was this or if it's something else. Do you know, Elo?
I'm not sure right now. What do you mean?
He replied to my post saying that I've missed out a bullish news. I'll DM him, ask him what I missed. All right, let's show Juris then, mate. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think there was lots of bullish things with Juris. So where should I start? One thing, maybe that's for later. I would say the most bullish thing is actually that I talked to Frank about the development of smart contracts for now, and seems to be going pretty good, better than I expected, to be honest. So he already made pretty good progress, and so he has started working on the Oracle feeder for prices, for assets that you want to borrow and use as collateral. He is working on the gateway contracts for the margin accounts now, or very soon, like I think next week or so. And I didn't expect him to be like this amazed and like enthusiastic about the project, but he called me like 2 or 3 times this week to discuss some details about implementation and like how we want to handle stuff. And while he's building, sometimes he comes up with small issues or things that we didn't think about, and then we find solutions for it. So it's going pretty smooth right now, I think. Other bullish news, I would say, is that I got some sneak peek from David. who's doing the UI design and also the landing page or website for Juris. And the website is actually going to be the first part of the actual protocol UI, which will also host the lending, borrowing, IBC bridge, the other stuff that we want to build. And I looked at it. I think you also saw it, Rocko. DJ saw it, and we all agreed that it's pretty amazing. It doesn't really look like crypto to me, which is good, I guess. It's very professional and enterprise-ish. So bullish on that one. Not sure when we're going to deploy it. I think the roadmap says 2025 for the website. I hope that it's going to be very early 2025, so that's okay. We had the dev meeting for the beta version of the dashboard for the investor funds, like the staking and also the bridge. DJ made like this video, a summary video of the call we had. I think he got minor things wrong, so we will deploy into testnet, like the bridge and the vesting dashboard, because I think he called them the co-dev. The co-dev, who's helping Frag out and also building the UI for protocol and applications, he wants to be 100% sure that everything works and that it's nice and pretty and stuff. So he asked us to deploy everything, even the staking contracts, into testnet first. Even though the staking, the investor contracts, like the vesting contracts, sorry, not staking, the vesting contracts are already deployed on mainnet. So like technically everyone already got their airdrops. They're vesting for, I think, 2 years and 6 months cliff. So first possible claim would be in April. So there is still time, like it's not really anything happening. And the liquid airdrop, the Shirini, is going to happen as soon as we release the dashboard. And we try to release it ASAP. Unfortunately, it has been delayed a lot, and I know like people are complaining and stuff. But I hope that when they get to see the results of David and like the lending protocol itself and how good it's actually going to be and how professional it has been worked on, then I think it will make up for the wait. So I'm still confident. Yeah, the delays suck. I'm also sorry for that. So sorry to community and everything, but I think it will be worth it because we don't want to deploy stuff that's like half working and not looking great. So that's about that. And then I think we also have other news to share, but I think somebody from, like, we want to announce a partnership, but I would invite somebody up to announce it for us. Not even sure if I missed something. Rocko, did I miss something on news?
No, I think that's it. I mean, I've looked at the work that you've been doing with David, especially the first picture that you shared. That looks really professional. Yeah, it doesn't look like crypto as well. I love the color scheme and everything, and those are going to be really important to grow the Juris protocol when it launches.
I hope so, because like that's one of the main objectives that David and I were working on. Like obviously you will notice that it's crypto because there is buttons like connect wallet at some point. But other than that, I think there is like, if you're just normal guy looking at the website, I don't think that you will notice that you're looking at the crypto protocol on a dead chain, like or supposedly dead chain, like LunaClassic. Looks more like a I don't know, like a TradFi SaaS startup thing. So I'm pretty proud of it, and I can't wait to share some stuff with the community. But I guess we all have to wait for a little while.
Awesome. And I guess I can show the price. The price of Jurus has been doing well with the LunaClassic pumping. A lot of the ecosystem charts, Juris, Cat with Hat, Terra, and a lot of the other coins. There was another meme coin I looked at as well. Cookies, they're all looking really, really good. Juris is close to breaking a zero. There's 0.4 zeros now. At the moment, it's about 1:45 to 2 a.m. Where I'm at. If we break a 0, I'll carry on with the spaces. If not, I'll finish in an hour. So if you guys want the spaces to go on, like, retweet, and go buy some $10, $50 worth of Juris. If not, I'm gonna catch some sleep for around 1:30. I see if this shilling works.
I just think just a quick one on the expected kind of look and feel of Juris. I mean, that sounds really positive, and I can remember kind of reflecting back before I got into crypto and coming across various kind of crypto sites, which in hindsight, I'm aware of what they are. But at the time, you know, I used to look at things like Astroport and stuff like that and I'd think, the hell's this? You know, and it obviously has some kind of connection to finance in my mind, even though I knew nothing about it at the time. But on first kind of impressions, to me, I just thought I was looking at a joke. I didn't take it seriously at all. And it was only when I really kind of got into crypto that I actually went back and looked at some of these sites and I thought, but hell, that's what that was. So I think making something look genuine and serious, I'm going to say grown up in inverted fingers, if you like, which is how you're doing. I think that is a really positive move for Juris, and I think that will help attract your traditional finance investor into crypto rather than those that are already kind of convinced and in the ecosystem.
Cool, thanks, Rexy. I've got a question, Juris. Then we'll go on to we've got some speakers that come up. DJ, Frag, Radar. We'll go on to them next. The most popular question I get asked is about the airdrops. I don't think you said ASAP, but you didn't give us a timescale. Would you be able to share that, or is still in the work?
Okay, so technically speaking, the interface is done. The airdrops are already deployed, so the smart contract is on chain. The tokens are vesting already. Actually, since I think, when did we deploy it? In end of October, I think.
2 months ago or so. Yeah.
And the tokens are vesting right now, and there is a cliff period where nobody can claim anything, and that will last until April. And the interface is the place where you go to see your balances. Like if you cannot look on the chain to determine what you're going to get, you can look at the interface, see how long the tokens are going to be vested. And once the cliff period is over, you can actually start claiming, because the release is linear over the remaining 18 months, starting in April. And the interface is like a helper thing. To just make it easier. And for the other thing, like the liquid airdrop is like something on top that I wanted to give as a gift to the community. And the interface itself, like the UI, is already built. That's what we discussed on the dev call, and it's being tested. And there was some minor issue with some of the contracts, like the query didn't work, and Frag fixed that. And now we want to deploy all the contracts into testnet so that we can actually test the UI itself and also the claim function, because right now you cannot test claiming on the mainnet because all tokens are vesting and the contracts are already deployed. Contract was also audited, I think. Am I correct, Frank? Yeah, I think we did an audit for the investor.
Yeah, absolutely. So we did not. So it's actually, the setup is like 2 contracts. One of the contracts is like vesting the tokens, and the second one is the kind of claim zone. And the actual vesting contract that like locks the coin or time locks the coins is audited, because it's a DAO contract, or it's pulled from the DAO contracts, and the claim zone is kind of our own development, and that was audited properly. So yeah.
Yeah, and for the time frames, because you asked. I would say I just can't say ASAP, because I don't want to say a certain date and then it doesn't work out. But I hope not more than a couple of days, maybe a week or so. I don't know, because we just have to deploy into testnet, make sure that everything works, and then it's ready to be shipped, I guess.
No, that's good, mate. I can share that in the next YouTube video because that's the most common question that I get. I'll say that if things go well within a week or so, aiming for this side of Christmas.
Oh yeah, it will definitely be before Christmas.
Awesome. It'd be a little, how do you say it in Iranian? Shrini Christmas present.
Yeah, Shirini is like Shirini means sweets. Sweets is like celebration.
Cool.
Like a tradition you do.
Cool. Okay, so let's go on to some speakers. Then we've got DJ Trev with his hand up. He's shown up today. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, man, what's going on? Hopefully everybody can hear me okay because I am driving. But I real quick, I wanted to say something. You guys touched on it already, but I kind of want to put an exclamation point. David Skinder. Yeah, I saw the little, the things that LL showed me today. This guy, I got to tell you, a lot of times in crypto, we have people that talk a lot about, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I can do this, I can do. They never do shit, right? So when David Skinder previously talked about, what he did and how he could do it or whatever, I never really gave it much thought. Okay, all right, that's fine. Seeing the things that he's actually been producing, that he's been working on with LL. Oh my goodness, never ever doubt this guy again. He's very, very talented. He knows his shit. He does extremely professional work. There was a time where he was kind of going on and on about how TerraClassic needed an official website. And I think everybody kind of blew him off because probably just like me, they really didn't know the guy. They didn't know what he was capable of or anything like that. I got to tell you, if this guy, if we need an official website and this guy wants to do it, somebody should pay him to do it. He's that good. The things that he's putting out for Juris, not that Juris wasn't off the hook anyway, but I mean, it's really just going to put just that little emphasis on how professional this project is and how professional this product is going to be. I think it's going to shock everybody when it all comes out and they see it, and it'll become real to you that this is more than just this goofy little crypto project that everybody's building. This is a real business that looks so professional and so good. It's just impressive. So I just kind of wanted to say that about David real quick. The other thing that I wanted to say is this. Yes, I was listening in on the meeting yesterday between our co-dev and LL, and I knew that when I put out a video, trying to summarize what they were talking about, that I wasn't going to get it all right. I mean, imagine, I don't know, in 2026, the new Tesla is going to come out, and you're dying for it to come out because it's going to be so fancy and have so many things. And you might see a commercial for it now and then, but basically you're just sitting there waiting for it, right? To me, that's kind of like the community waiting for Juris. But imagine if you were actually able to be in on some of the meetings of the developers and the engineers and the designers when they're putting together this Tesla, and you'd have a different perspective on how this thing gets built. And that's kind of how I feel when I sit in on these meetings with these guys, because what they're talking about is super technical, and I can really only get pieces of it. But still, it becomes so real to me that I'm not just sitting back and wondering, okay, when's this going to get done or whatever. I'm actually watching the process happen. And it's really something, even if you don't understand what's happening, it's really something special. So when I tell you guys that, boy, you have no idea what's coming, this is what I mean. It's really impressive. And I'm amazed at actually how fast things are getting done. And, I'm not going to say any more than what LL said, but I really expected that we really wouldn't be where we are right now as far as a lot of the things that are ready to already be tested. These guys are cruising. Frag is kicking ass. Really dedicated to this, and I'm just so happy to see it. And I don't know. That's it. I'm just really excited about what's going on with Juris, and I'll leave it at that.
Awesome, thanks, DJ. That's why we have you here. You do a good job of like not shilling, but putting passion into what's being built. So thanks for coming on. What was it that I've missed out? Because I remember you commented on the post saying that I've missed out the big one.
Yeah, no, I was kind of being a smart ass. You know the thing that I sent you in DM, the picture that I sent you in DM. If you read the title of that, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, yeah, I mean, so I spoke to a couple other people about it as well.
Yeah. No, I thank you for recognizing the passion, but yeah, I am very, very passionate about this. And I got to tell you, I love LL to death, but he drives me crazy with his monotone, oh, we're doing this and we're doing that. I want to reach through the phone and grab him by his neck and shake him because it's so much more exciting than what his voice is letting you know.
I don't know if it's because he's German or if it's because it's his second language. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'm going to grab and shake him one day.
We're planning to meet up, so early next year when I'm back in the UK, we'll meet up in Germany or Berlin or somewhere. I'll know whether if it's German or if it's just him. It could be just him, that he's just a monotone guy.
Oh my goodness, get him drunk, do something. Get the guy excited.
Yeah, we'll maybe we'll do a live spaces, LO. That would be fun. Live spaces from Germany.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. DJ, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit tired, or maybe it's the withdrawals. I don't know. I haven't been smoking weed for like I don't know how many months. Maybe 3 months or so, 4 months. Maybe it's that.
No, bro, the weed made it worse. The weed, you like you were falling asleep when you were smoking. At least now you're awake.
I don't know. Maybe I have to take some classes or so. Or maybe I don't want to get people too excited yet, so I can buy back some of the Jurus. Who knows?
I know that. Well, I know that part of it is that because, and I've said this actually, that LL is very actually good about not overstating anything, not getting anybody's hopes, even though he knows what's going on and he knows how fucking big it's gonna be. He understates everything so that when it actually happens, everybody's pleasantly surprised. But if anything goes wrong, well, he hasn't really stepped over and promised too much. So I appreciate that about you, but at the same time, I don't know. I still want a little more excitement because I don't want to be the only one that feels this way. You know what I mean? I want to be crazy with somebody else.
I'm okay maybe this will make you feel better. I'm usually more excited when we actually deploy stuff. So I think when it's there and it's doing fine, then I will also get overly excited and chill the crap out of it. But for now, I don't want to sound super bullish and like, yeah, guys, it's the best thing ever. And then maybe it's not, I want to see that it's actually really, really good, how we envision it. And then get excited. In private, when I talk to friends or to family or to other people, then I sound different. That's how I got other people to invest. But on public space, when people are buying with their money and they don't really know what's going on, I'm hesitant to shill too much. That's what I got Rocko for. That's Rocko's job.
Yeah, I was going to say that you've got me and DJ to shill. And to be fair, DJ, I'd say when I'm speaking to him on the phone, he sounds more optimistic. And I usually say, we're not going to get to that market cap. And I'm not going to share it in a public space. But he's, I guess, a visionary and he's very bullish. But on the public spaces, he's quite cautious. He's always thinking about what can go wrong, which is a good thing, I guess. We don't want things to go wrong. But I think on private calls, he's more bullish. Cool. Thanks, DJ, for coming on. Do hang around. And if you have any other questions, do just shout up. We'll go to Frag next to get an update on the development side, and then we'll go to Radar. Frag, how you doing, mate? Have you fallen asleep? No, we can hear you, mate. We can hear you, Frag. Good to speak to you again.
Yeah, currently I'm on the bus, so that's maybe it's a bit loud in the background. I don't know.
Oh, you're on the bus. Juris, what's going on? You need to get him a car. He should be driving a Ranger or a Lambo.
I don't know what happened. Did you lose your keys again to your car?
No, I actually got them.
I thought he said he was in the bath.
No, I actually got them back. So I mean, we changed the lock on the car. Yeah, I mean, it was a very expensive experience for me. But yeah, I got my dacha back, so yeah, bullish. Yeah, so yeah, and I mean, yeah, I started development on the protocol. So and had a talk with LL already about the stuff that's going on, and we kind of, or I mean, I kind of started to make up my mind about the protocol and how it's designed and how it's going to work, and all the like contracts are working together. And I already started before the 1st of December, and now and now I'm starting to, yeah, I mean, I'm starting to get it done, right? So very excited, and I love it. And every time I work on it, I'm kind of in the tunnel, and yeah, start to forget everything around me. And yeah, I'm pretty heavy right now.
Awesome, thanks, Frag. Can you share with us, I guess, for the general public, a casual Juris investor or a Lunc hodler, about how some of the steps of the development, what can we look forward to? When can we see some, I guess, not a full-on testnet, but when can we start seeing some updates?
Yeah, I mean, so before the 1st of December, I started to work on the pool contract already, because I figured that's kind of the central part of the protocol, and it's going to be the most like central shit around this protocol. But then I kind of realized that I have quite some dependencies that I would have to implement first. And so I kind of started to implement the Oracle, which is going to supply prices of assets on chain, so that we have them, like, yeah, you know how oracles work. And the second thing will be users having the ability to create margin accounts on chain and shift assets in there, get a quote from the Oracle. And that's kind of the first thing that maybe is some kind of, I don't know, like close up module that you can speak of, basically. So which you can, I mean, it's the first thing that you have some stuff to display, you have some stuff to interact with, and that's maybe the first thing that we can like expect to work, and for users to interact on the testnet and to like play around with the UI and so. Yeah, that's basically it. And after that, we are going to start like developing the core, which is the pool contract, and the liquidation queue. And after that, we're going to start the governance contract, staking, and so on.
How would the liquidation work? Is it similar to how Kujira worked? Could you explain?
Yeah, correct. So I kind of figured that this was kind of most like, or the best way how the liquidation queue was implemented, like where you make quotes, like liquidation quotes, and they get kind of queued up. Yeah, so that's kind of how, I don't know what the protocol was. Was it Kujira? Was the name Kujira, or was it? But basically, that's how I imagine how it should work. So in my imagination, that was the best. Like it was bought free, right? So and yeah, and I think that's how it should work. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Frag. Juris, DJ, Rexy, you guys got any questions for Frag?
Love you, Frag.
Yeah.
Thanks, Frag. Yeah, we appreciate you. Oh, Rexy, go ahead.
Yeah, I just got a quick one. I think we're all fans of you, Frag. I mean, you do a fantastic job, and I know we've known each other for quite some time now. But for those people out there that maybe aren't familiar with you, I guess two things really. One, could you give people a bit of a background of your kind of history and how you got into TerraCasino and why you are the right person for this job? And also, what does Juris as a protocol actually mean to the general investor that doesn't really know much about crypto but might stumble across this podcast?
Oh, am I in a job interview right now? So that's kind of the questions you're asking me. Like, I mean, I'm I'm here in TerraCasino from the start, and I mean the community knows me and trusts me, and so I knows that I'm doing this. Like, I made some improvements for the TerraCasino blockchain itself, and I'm kind of the right person for the job because everybody trusts me, and LL trusts me, and they know that I won't build any shit, or I won't like rock the project or anything. And we want to like transparent about everything we do, and that's kind of my vision how blockchain and crypto space should work. And I know that 90% of the crypto space doesn't work like that, and I'm here to kind of change that, right? And I mean, this narrative should also attract serious investors into crypto space. Because I mean, they are coming from. Oh, I have to get out of the bus. Sorry. I mean, they are in the TradFi, or I believe they come. Most of them should come from the TradFi space, where everything is regulated, and they kind of. We kind of need to convince them that the space is not like the shitty space that it is right now, and that we want to change that. And that's why Juris is here, right? And TerraCasino is the right blockchain for that, because it's the most decentralized blockchain, maybe except from Bitcoin, which is proof of work. But I mean, TerraCasino is community owned, and it's the right spot, it's the right time. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. And in terms of so in terms of my kind of history with you, I've known you for I don't know, 2.5 years now, and it's always been that when something needs doing to help TerraCasino at an L1 level, which means at that blockchain coding level, you've always been somebody that's always been prepared to make sure that the plates aren't dropped, and to make sure that we carry on as a blockchain and we're always there. And I think if you hadn't have been there, I don't think some of the other teams that are currently helping and contributing to L1 would have come either. So I think you've done fantastic at drawing people in and making sure that TerraCasino does thrive and move forward. And I just want to say thank you, myself to you for that.
Yeah, I mean,
DJ, go ahead.
or is DJ gone? Sorry.
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Frag, I have a question for you. Right now, Juris, the price is sitting, I was just looking at it, price is sitting at 5096. We keep testing that 401 area. You're building this thing. Nobody knows it more intimately than you do. So I'm going to ask you a very investor kind of question. Very community person kind of question. End of 2025, where do you see the price?
Me personally, so this is absolutely no financial advice, and I won't give any financial advice in such a public space. But me personally, I'm very bullish about Jurus, but I mean I don't. This is kind of this is kind of a mean question. So sorry for saying that, but I mean you don't know how much you can calculate the markets, and you should already know that the protocol itself does not drive the markets. The markets are driven by hype and value. And I mean, me personally, I see there's a lot of hype potential. Especially,
let me rephrase the question and make it easier for you. You would be surprised if the price didn't at least get to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I personally I see a 10x here, but this is absolutely freaking personal opinion.
knowing Frag, I don't think he likes those questions. You should ask those questions to me or LL69. Frag we can do the shilling.
That's why I wanted to ask Frag. Okay, so we now officially have a prediction from Frag that we will at least 10x by 2025. That is, you can do your trading according to that. That's official. Thanks, Frag. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Cool. Thanks, Bragg. Appreciate you coming on. I know you're a busy man. We'd rather have you building the protocol, but we'd appreciate if you come here a couple of times a month to give us an update, and I'm sure people look forward to that.
Yeah, cool.
Anything else you want to add about Juris or LunaClassic?
No, I don't know whether you talked about it, but there's currently a governance proposal up, which will kind of change the how the tax will work. So did you discuss that already? So
I just mentioned, I didn't go into technical details. You can go into a bit more detail. Have you? I saw some posts that you guys have tested on some DApps. Have you tested it on Terraport as well? Make sure it all works before.
Yeah, that's probably the place for Rexy to say. I don't know about I don't know about every protocol, but I know the code is already running in testnet. So I mean, that's very bullish. Yeah, I mean, and I personally voted already yes for it. I mean, I don't want to go too much into technical details here right now. So it's like everybody knows how it's supposed to work, and
yeah, I don't think people understand that. I don't think I understand it. The way I explained it, or I understand it, is that it's going to make tax calculations a lot easier for DApps.
Yeah, correct. So DApps won't have to calculate tax manually anymore, and they instead taxes will be charged not on the source but on the destination, which yeah, you know how it works. So you send 1 million of LUNC, but the receiver won't get 1 million. But you are kind of free of the tax, and the receiver is going to pay the tax. Maybe that's a little bit oversimplified, but that's how it's going to work. And that will.
It's a bit like just having VAT on your purchases.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So from a business perspective, it's like VAT, basically. To the left. And that will make, that will make it very, very easy for protocols to build their shit, because they don't have to worry they just have to worry about gas price, right? So and gas. But they don't have to worry about taxes, which are dependent on the amount you send or.
Awesome. Thanks, Frag. I think we can move on to the next topic. Elo, do you want to introduce the next topic of conversation?
Yeah, so the next topic is about our first official partnership, actually. I'm pretty excited about it. Radar can announce it. That's why we got him up. We also prepared some official announcement and stuff. We will post it after the space. So I guess Radar, stage is yours. Oh, by the way, guys, my father is also listening to the space. We are just eating kebab together. So if you want to like give him a shout out or something, he's financing this stuff. Like he financed half of the private sale.
Are you sharing the same kebab, or you got one each?
We got one each. It's a Turkish kebab, so you cannot really share it.
Hey guys.
Hey, Dad.
Well, Turkish kebab is one of my favorite foods too. So I totally with you there, LL69. Before we get onto the juicy stuff, the partnership, I just wanted to give my 2 penneth on the market, seeing as you guys have all had a chance to do that. What I notice in the Cosmos ecosystem is that pretty much all the chains on my watch list either have already produced a golden cross or are very close to doing so. So from my perspective, everything is up. It's bullish from here on, right? The only exception is Iris Network, which is kind of sucks for them, but I'm sure they'll get there in the end, right? Okay, so the protocol.
Another question,
sure.
Radar, whilst you're talking about the markets, could you, you're probably closer to what's happening in Cosmos and specifically Atom Token. Could you comment on that? I know price has gone up, but not as much compared to other projects. Have you been close to it? Any fundamental news or changes you
Atom
could share with us?
Literally made its golden cross in the last couple of days. And it's looking good to me. I mean, you know, if you look at the Cosmos ecosystem from kind of the late summer, it was a great time to accumulate these coins, and you know, that's where the accumulation zone was, around July to September time, shall we say, October time, and you know, yeah, Atom kind of lagged a bit, but it's up there now, and it's looking like it's gonna push a lot higher following the golden cross. Same with the other coins. Maybe not such a popular coin to talk about on this space, but Luna V2, also doing pretty well from its lows. I mean, it's done abysmally the earlier part of the year, but you know, from the lows, if you've been accumulating it since the summer, it's looking pretty sweet now. So, you know, I think I remember around this time last year, I was holding a large position in Chihuahua. Not that I'm really into meme coins, but it's just that Hexagon launched a validator on the Chihuahua blockchain, and so we all, you know, basically bought supply in order to stake with our own validator. And I watched a $500 position go up to 30 grand last year. So, I mean, anything is possible, right?
Are you still? It's Hua token, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I think I've got bag, or I've been sent bags as well. I've not looked at the price.
I've got a bit of it left. I sold most of it into that rise, but I kept it. I have this philosophy that you never sell everything, right? You've always got to keep something that you're prepared to ride down to zero or ride up to the moon, right? So, that's my philosophy. Whatever coin I buy, I never sell it all. I always keep some just in case, right? So yeah, I've got this collection of different coins, and you know, they're all looking pretty sweet at the moment, I have to say. So yeah, markets, especially in the Cosmos ecosystem, I don't really follow the other altcoins that closely. I've got holdings in Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. I got a fair holding in Monero as well. I like my privacy coins. But yeah, you know, it's all looking pretty bullish to me. So anyway, yeah, that was my 2 penneth on the markets.
What's your prediction for LunaClassic before we go into the announcement?
LunaClassic, that's a tough one. Well, I mean, I think that you know, early next year, we could be approaching the old post-crash highs, definitely, and there's a good chance that we could break through those. So, you know, if we break through the post-crash highs, say March, April time, like Rexy was suggesting, then the sky's the limit, really. And you know, what's not to like on this blockchain? You know, it's you know, I mean, there's one comment I would make actually, which is that, you know, when the crash happened and the community started to form teams and look for solutions, and it was all very collaborative up to a point, and then it all became very adversarial. And we've kind of been in that adversarial mode for, 2 years? And it kind of feels like we're coming out the other side of that now, and we're moving back into the collaboration mode again, which is really good to see. And I think that's going to be super, super bullish for Lunc.
No, that's a good point. And I mean, obviously, I'm a bit biased towards Juris, but LO69 did a good job with that as well, bringing different
well, he did such
together.
a good job that I decided. So you see, I'm an older guy, right? I'm actually retired. I might be the only pensioner in LunaClassic. I don't know. If there are any other pensioners out there, maybe we should form a group. You know, the Lunc pensioners or something like that. I don't know. maybe DJ Trevor's getting close to thinking about his retirement, or Rexy. I don't know. These guys are kind of getting close to that, right? So, so yeah, you know, we could form the Lunc pensioners group, and you know, we could be a significant buying force within this community. But I've got a holding of Jurus in my retirement funds, you know. So you know, that's how I believe in this project.
Well, if Lunc is 3-0, we are all pensioned too, isn't it?
Thanks, Raider.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm kind of counting on Frag's prediction of a 10x, right? You know, this is my pension we're talking about here. No pressure, Frag, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm about the same age as Raider as well, so maybe there is a pensioners club coming on there.
I'm going to have to clip that, right? I've got someone who usually, well, I'm going to have to still upload it from Thailand. It takes fucking ages. But anyways, he usually clips, I'll get him to clip Frag's 10x prediction, and we can just shill it on Twitter.
Frag's gonna regret that now. But no pressure. No, I mean, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, we're enjoying it. We're having fun, and you know, the chart's looking really good. So, you know, what's not to like, right?
Yes, sir. And I think we mentioned you and Rexy that the price post breakout, if we can get near there, I think we'll get no end of attention from people outside the LunaClassic community. Because one issue we have, especially if you look at trading meme coins, is the same money moving around. I think if we start breaking above the post crash high, we'll see potentially newer money coming in, and that's when you get the bigger pump. So yeah, exciting
absolutely.
times.
Well, going back to the topic of collaboration, so you know, I'm really honoured to announce that Jurus Protocol and Hexagon have formed an official partnership, and this partnership is currently focused around joint promotion of the respective two projects, and there is a regular review meeting that will be used to see how that partnership can be deepened from that point on. But both project teams see value in each other's activities. We're supporting Juris with operating their validator. and we will do further support for them through Galaxy Station Wallet, and the further announcements will be made on the specifics of those nearer the time. But yeah, this is the kind of collaboration we need to see, and I think we understand why the adversarial activities happened in the past. We're all very opinionated. We all think that we know best, and each of the different teams have gone in their own direction as a result of that. And there's been a bit of acrimony over the years that have gone by, the 2 years. But I think that's water under the bridge now, and I think we should pull together as a community, pull together as project teams, and try to push forward and make Lunc great. And there's no reason why we can't do that. And us here in this space, we represent some of the key projects within the LunaClassic space, and it's contingent on us to make that happen, I would say. And I think this is one example of how we can do that. And if there are further opportunities for collaboration between project teams, we should encourage them, is my opinion.
Thanks, Raider. Hello, you want to add to that?
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I'm super proud. It's for me, it's a big milestone because we have had lots of friends in LunaClassic. We had supporters, but we didn't have an official partnership yet. And I'm kind of honored. It's like a huge milestone for me to be able to actually put the official partners on the website and stuff, and see how we can collaborate in future. Hexagon Wallet is also going to be one of the 2 options to connect for the dashboard and the bridge that we release for the beta version, but also for the lending protocol. So I'm super happy about it. Obviously, we also look for future collaborations with other projects. We are open to that. Actually, we're also talking to others, but Hexagon was the first company, first wallet provider actually, who said yes, let's do it. So man, I'm just happy about it. Finally, we got our first official partnership.
Well, feel free to have the second one here.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I think it's quite important to start working together. Raider mentioned it at the start of LunaClassic when staking was going live, the burn tax, we all had one goal, working together in the bull market. If we can all do something similar, our bags will be very thankful to us rather than fighting over random stuff. It's really important to work together. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this partnership works. I've been in some of the chats with you guys. I've not kept fully up to date with everything, but I'm excited to see how the collaboration and partnership grows. Cool. What's the price of Juris? I think I said if it doesn't kill a 0, we'll start ending the spaces. We are roughly, how many? We're 3% away. Any big dogs listen to these spaces. If you ape, we'll carry on for another half an hour. If not, we'll start rounding up. If you guys got any questions, anything to add, people that are on the panel, Raider, Juris, Rexy?
Yeah, I just got a quick one, Pete. I've always got a quick one, haven't I? For people that are in TradFi, traditional finance, which is anything apart from crypto, isn't it? How would they get into crypto, and how would they be able to buy Juris if they're keen on it? And why would they want to buy Juris?
So that's a good question, actually. I'm not sure if you asked intentionally. And one thing that I forgot to talk about during the news and updates. So right now you would have to buy LunaClassic on your favorite exchange, send it to your wallet, and then either go to Terport website, to the app, connect your wallet, and basically swap there. You could also swap within Hexagon wallet if you want to. That works also fine. I do it myself like this for the validator and my private wallets. Man, I've been I still buy Jurus every day, basically, with staking rewards and all that stuff. So that's how you could do it. And in future, in the very near future, actually, you can buy it on a CX. So there's talks going on. We requested some technical stuff from them to be able to market make, and they told us that they are going to build it for us. We use Hummingbot as a high-frequency trading framework. And big CXs usually have connectors built for it, but our partner CX doesn't have one yet, so their tech department is actually currently working on it. And as soon as they have the connector ready, we are ready to list. We negotiated all the terms and stuff. So at that point in time, it will be much easier to buy. So yeah.
Okay, and when you say the SEX, because I'm mindful of people in traditional finance, they probably think a SEX is something different to what you think of a SEX in terms of this conversation. So you're talking about a centralized exchange, aren't you, where you would maybe go to that exchange and then with your fiat currency, which is things like sterling, pounds, dollars and stuff like that, you would then open an account with them. And then from that account, then you would buy Lunc or LunaClassic. And then from there, how do you find out about Juris? Because unless you just happen to pick the right SEX that you're going to be on, you're going to struggle to find Juris, aren't you? Because it's like with Terport and various other tokens within the ecosystem, we're kind of not within that. We're not very visible to the outside world. So how do we encourage people in traditional finance to be able to have the confidence of jumping into crypto?
Well, I guess what would help is potential, how do you say that, like partnerships with crypto magazines, outlets, like Lunc Marketeer. I know that they're also keen on having partnerships like this. So when we get further with development, we will be more visible in those kind of things. And I think also CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap are important. It's like basically the Google search for crypto. And I guess that it will be easier to get listed once we have the exchange listing. So there is no reason for them to deny. When we have the website up and running, then we basically push out all applications again. And I guess we should also talk to influencers and YouTubers once we have more to show, like the website and the possibly testnet releases that we're going to have, so that people can actually talk about us and find us easily.
Rexy, was your question about like just people buying Juris or actually like using the Juris protocol, like bringing people outside of crypto to using Juris and LunaClassic protocols?
It's more about onboarding people into crypto that are in traditional finance. They're the pounds, euros, dollars, and so on. If I went down, I don't know. Let's say I went to the local pub and I stood at the bar and I got my pint, and somebody says to me, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And I say pretty much like what Raider said. Well, kind of retired really, but I muck about with crypto for about 18 hours every bloody day, if that's what retirement is. And they'll say, "All right, you're one of that lot, are you? So you don't really do anything. You just sit home and play on your computer or your phone, do you?" And they haven't got a clue. Most people in this world have not got a clue about crypto. All they know is that it's been considered as a very high risk, very closed kind of community type thing for probably 10, 15 years. And that they've always been warned by every financial advisor they've ever met, keep away from crypto. You could lose everything in that. So they're always dead against it. However, now you're hearing news articles, about Trump and Michael Saylor and all these kind of people that are becoming a bit unreverent. And it was actually on the news today in the UK. There was talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin breaking through the 100K mark. So there'll be people that's starting to awaken to it. And it's them people who will listen to maybe a podcast like this or a spaces like this, and they'll think, ain't got a clue what these people are talking about. What the hell's sex? That's something you do with a wife, you know, and they're talking about, you know, no, I need to go and get some sex, because they'll not have a clue what we're on about. And they're the people that have actually got hundreds of thousands of pounds and tens of thousands of pounds, maybe close to retirement, maybe retired and thinking, don't really know what to do with this. I don't want to buy a motorbike anymore. So maybe I'll have a punt at this crypto, but I can't get my head around what on earth it is. And it's them that we need to attract into the ecosystem, in my opinion.
That's a good point, Rexy. I think one thing LO and I guess you people have to discuss is how we want to, what marketing we want to target. My opinion would be, LO can add, is focusing on people in crypto to grow Juris. Like if you're talking about trying to reach out to people that are not in crypto, I don't know if that's like a too big of a target that we're going for. Maybe focus on people in Cosmos, people in crypto first. Then you can get to 100, 500 million market cap just with crypto native people. I think people that are trying to reach out to wider community, like even Solana, Ethereum, they're struggling. So I don't know if that's too big of a goal for Juris at the moment. So I'd probably say focus on people that are in crypto already to try us out, and that's big enough, way big enough market cap and audience to target for now.
Well, Rocko, I said I said the same thing to David, but he just said challenge accepted, and I think the website can probably do a good job at it, like because if it's professional and like looking super neat and other than if it looks different than the average crypto project, because they all have a similar style. You can basically should I say this? You can blur the text so that you cannot read what's actually written, but you can still kind of spot the crypto projects right away if you just put TradFi and crypto websites next to each other. So I hope that the website, and I can actually share pictures with you, Rexy, after this space. I have something to show if you want to.
That'd be great. I guess, sorry to steal your thunder, I guess where I'm coming to here is that let's assume that an old age pensioner is anybody over 50 for the purpose of this conversation. I would imagine that if you analyse your investors for Juris, I should imagine the over 50s have probably got more invested in Juris than any other people. And I should imagine most of them people know least about crypto than probably 95% of everybody else that's invested. I mean, if you look at your dad, Juris, he's invested in it, and as I understand he's a big investor. I shouldn't think he knew much about crypto until you actually sat down with him and explained it. And they're the people that if you can convince them to invest, then you've got fresh money coming in, and it'll probably stop him because they won't want to risk kind of drawing it out and buying some other small coin, and that'll pump your price up even higher.
That's a good point, to be fair, Rexy. People in that age bracket will have more funds to invest than like younger 18, 21-year-olds. So, no, that's a good point. I'll take that on board.
It's good strategy, actually. If you want to pump your bags, instead of pumping, like shilling it to each other, shill it to your parents and your friends' parents.
What do old people like then? Like, I think
they like their bags being pumped, I'll tell you.
What did you say? I missed that, mate. What
they
did
like
you say?
the bags being pumped.
Bags being pumped. No, I'm just trying to think. Well, what can be a meme coin that attracts old people? What women were attractive back in 1980s and 90s? I think we need to create a meme coin around that.
Well, I don't think the woke era has really affected the heterosexual bloke and what he thinks a woman should look like. But maybe that's a different discussion. But I think, joking apart, and there's other people here with their hands up in there, so I'm kind of being rude here, and I do apologise. But
cool.
I think
Radar, and then we'll go to Lunc. Sorry, you done, Rexy, or we still talking?
I think what you need is transparency in terms of what the traditional financial user would consider as transparent. And what I mean by that is, in our little crypto bubble here, that's hopefully getting bigger, we think transparency is about having a name next to you, or you've been KYC'd, so therefore you've gone to some establishment that nobody in the community will ever be able to access unless you've got a court order, and you've told them that, yeah, I'm a good lad, here you go, here's a copy of some documents I've got, and you might do some other checks and things like that. We look at that as being transparent, but your general public don't look at that as being transparent. They think, oh, you've been secretive, you got something to hide. Why don't you have your picture up on Twitter? Why don't you show us where you go to work and all this other stuff that you get on things like LinkedIn? That's transparency to the traditional finance sector. And I think until we get to that stage and actually having companies and products that things like your Financial Conduct Authority would look at and think, okay, they're trying to be a legitimate business. They've got all the information there. They're talking about risk protocols. They're talking about the risk assessment strategies and all this kind of stuff. I think that's the sort of thing that will attract your traditional financial investor into crypto.
Thanks, Rexy. I mean, yeah, you guys, you opened my eyes a bit slightly as well, the way I approach crypto and like targeting crypto native people and thinking about targeting people with the money, which tends to be usually people that are a bit older. But no, thanks for the inputs. Myself and Elo can speak to you more about this in the future. Raider, you had your hand up. We'll go to you and then Mark after.
Thanks. I just wanted to make the point that we don't need centralized exchanges. With Galaxy Station, we have an on-ramp already integrated. It's Godarian's on-ramp. So assuming that your notional TradFi investor has found crypto and found LunaClassic, they can come to Galaxy Station and with their credit card, they can buy Lunc straight through Galaxy Station, and then they can swap that for Juris on Galaxy Station. So with regard to what we were just talking about,
could they buy Juris directly as well in the future? Sorry to interrupt.
Well, that would depend on Godarian having liquidity for Juris and listing it as a token on their platform. So that would be a question for Godarian. But right now, Godarian lists Lunc, and so you can buy Lunc directly through the on-ramp, and then you can swap that for Juris right now, today, if you wish. Going back to the topic that Rexy was just talking about, with regard to traditional investors and transparency, I mean, there have been countless financial scandals in the TradFi world. And whatever level of transparency TradFi has doesn't seem to have either prevented those or allowed the victims of those scandals to seek suitable redress. So I would say that transparency is bollocks, basically, for want of a better word. I think it's more about faith in the actual project itself, and obviously the ability for the investor to take responsibility for the risks that they're taking on board. You know, there seems, I don't want to get onto too much of a soapbox here, but society seems to have moved from the individual taking responsibility for themselves and their own actions to the individual expecting the state to bail them out when anything goes wrong. And that's why we've ended up with these massive governments in the West, which are killing everything. I don't want to mention the current UK government, but it's a case in point, right? So yeah, you know, my personal view is, you know, personal responsibility, understand the risks you're taking, and you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's how you protect yourself. There will always be scams, there'll always be scammers, there'll always be charlatans in whether it's crypto, whether it's TradFi, and the only way that you will protect yourself from those is to educate yourself and to understand the risks that you're taking.
Thanks, Raider. Well said. I'm a bit older as well compared to not in my 20s, I'm in my 30s, and I see the newer generation not taking accountability as well. We just blame people. Yeah, made some good points there.
Yeah, I mean the other thing I'd add actually is on the topic of older TradFi people maybe having more money that they could bring into crypto versus 18 to 20-year-olds. Well, most 18-year-olds, or many, not most, but many 18-year-olds probably already in crypto. I know my son is 18. I know he's heavily into crypto. He's already got a 6-figure net worth at 18 from crypto without any help from me. So, so yeah, it's there is money everywhere, right? And people that are of that mindset as to how to make money from whatever enterprise they're into are gonna make money from it.
Cool, thanks, Radar.
Yeah.
Lunc Market, you're next.
Hello, guys. Sorry. How you guys doing? Everything okay?
Are you there, Lunc
Yeah,
Market?
I'm there. You hear me? Probably it's X issue.
I can hear you. Rocko, can you hear Lunc Market speaking?
No, I can't.
Okay, I think if you want to, I can tell you when he's...
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, actually...
No, I can't hear him either.
Should I leave and come back?
I can hear him, so that's weird.
I can hear him too.
You might have to leave and come back, Lunc Market. Unless Juris can explain to us what your question or comment is.
I think he's rejoining.
Cool. We can ask the next person. Trump on Pulse. What have you got for us? Any questions or comment you want to make?
Does it work now?
Yes, go ahead. I think Trump's not speaking, so yeah, we'll go to go ahead, Lunc Market.
Yeah, sometimes happens that when I get my speak assets allowed, I can't hear anyone anymore. And sometimes when I get it, then no one can hear me. But now it works, is it?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I first want to thank everyone that's building on chain. That's the thing that I really like and love to see how Lunc have developed in the last few years, let's say 2.5 years. Because in the beginning we had many groups just fighting with each others, and was not progressive. And at the moment I see that many partnerships are happening, a lot of things happening together, and I really like it. And we can see this on the price actually. Price action is pumping. What we have today, 8%, 9%, is not bad, There are two things I wanted to talk about. The first is about Lunc Market a little bit. It's just we reached 83 countries that look at our website until now. So we have 195 countries in the world. So we are almost at 50%. That's pretty awesome. That shows how Lunc is decentralized and it's worldwide. And this is just amazing. Just love it. Anyway, but the second question is about Juris. Are they going to list in Garuda Dex too? Because they're coming in February, I think, more or less.
Actually, we didn't. So right now there is no plans on launching on Garuda Dex or any other Dex because not because we don't like them, because liquidity is a tough thing because you have to have the funds for it, I guess. So for now, I don't think we have plans to do so because the liquidity on Terport is already pretty thin. It's okay, but it could be better. And with the CX listing, the exchange listing, I'm not sure if we have the funds. It depends how fast Frag can develop and how much I have to pay him and David and all the other guys.
Panic.
um, but yeah, I don't want to like spend too much funds right now on other listings and liquidity and stuff without being 100% sure that development isn't going to suffer, because there is no use having 5, 6, 10 listings everywhere, and at the end being forced to dump on the market to finance stuff. So I would rather prefer to wait a little bit, be more patient with this stuff. But I would love to be honest, because it's like Garuda is, I think, the next biggest project after Juris. Terraport is, I think, the biggest one on Lunc, then Juris, I guess, for market cap volume, and then comes Garuda. They're doing great, actually, and they're nice guys, so I would love to support them. I just don't know if we can afford right now putting liquidity on there, because I guess we would have to come with at least 20, 30 grand, and even then it would be still pretty thin. I'm not sure if it makes too much sense to have that much how do you say that, fractionized liquidity on, like, with different pairs, rather than having one big one. So yeah, I hope this answers the question.
Yeah, it answers. Yeah, just think about it. Because I think it's will go big. I think it's gonna go big. Anyways, my feedback. Yeah, but
Cool.
I
Thanks.
love the space.
One of the
Thanks, Rocco. Thanks for the space.
No worries, mate. Thanks for always
Yeah.
coming up. One of the topics we'll get told is I've not talked about the USTC Repeg. I did DM Leonardo. He said he was going to come up. Oh, actually, he's just messaged me 7 minutes ago. He said he'll join the next one. He's not answered my question if he's got a development team yet. Hopefully he'll join the next one and we can ask him directly and he can hear it from the horse's mouth. I know there's some negativity around that. Some people saying that it's not going to happen. There's other motives, but I'm trying to stay positive. I really want a USDC Repeg narrative for this bull market, whether it repegs to $1, 10 cent, 1 cent, whatever. I just want that Repeg narrative because that's what gets a lot of engagement and lots of people are interested
about
in it.
the Repeg, the people are talking about the MM, bring the MM back, you know? And
yeah, there's a couple of discussions. I think Vegas is one.
Yeah,
looks
Vegas,
at that.
yes.
He's talking about USDC staking. We had him last spaces, USDC staking. I think people are, because the marketing of the way Ceramic approached it and released the information, it has really built a community behind it. They've done a really good job of getting people excited, which is a good thing. I'm not saying it is a bad thing. I get lots of questions asked about it, and people, I'm sure, comments on after the spaces would be, oh, you didn't talk about the Repeg. So yeah, so he's just messaged me, said apologies he can't join tonight. He'll try to join the next one and hopefully he'll have a better update for us. Okay, guys, we've been going for a couple of hours. Anything else you want to add? Juris, Rexy, people on the panel, DJ, Frag, Radar.
I have one to ask. Are you enjoying Thailand?
Yes, mate, really enjoying it. I'm going to a beach place tomorrow or the day after. And then, yeah, I'll be back in Bangkok. So that's why we did the spaces today instead of Sunday. And then I'm going to Vietnam in a week's time. Then I'll be less active. But again, it's also opportunity cost as well because I've booked this trip for a while and the markets are just going crazy. Even today, I caught a nice trade. So being on holiday, and especially if I go Vietnam, I was planning to do Haijiang Loop. I don't know if you guys, it's like a motorbike road trip up towards China. I won't be having my laptop, so I'll have to lock it up somewhere in Thailand before I go. So I'll just completely be out the market for like 4 or 5 days a week, and anything can happen, right? I was saying, started the spaces, XRP, if you missed this couple of weeks, you've been trading for 6 years. If you weren't there for the 6 weeks, you would have just missed out on all the gains. So yeah, I'll still enjoy it because I don't want to like stop my holiday completely. But yeah, enjoying myself with a keen eye on what's happening in the markets as well.
Enjoy, mate. Enjoy. That's awesome.
Thank you. I've not booked my return yet, so I'll see you when I come back.
Nice to hear people having fun. That's what they need. Enjoy.
Are you having surgery while you're out then, trader?
Surgery? What for?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you told me.
Have I missed the joke?
Oh my god, this
I
was
usually
Juris. I'm
don't get your jokes. DJ's got hand up. I know, DJ, you wanted me to send you some Thai lady voice photos. Sorry, I've not had a
No,
chance.
don't you dare send me any of those things. Hey, no, I just want to say a couple things really quick because I gotta go. First off, Rexy, you know, talking about the crypto bubble and kind of the sentiment with people about crypto, I think that we see that change over the next couple of years. I think that we see it begin to spread to people who might have been thinking, well, crypto's this, crypto's that. I think we see it get a little more normalized. The second thing that I wanted to say, thank you very much to LL's dad. I don't know if you're still listening or if you're listening or whatever, but thank you very much for your support, for your investment. Not only are you making this whole thing possible, the protocol and all that, but you're potentially making a lot of people's dreams come true. So I don't know how many kids you have, but if this is really successful, you might find that you have a lot more than you really thought you did. So yeah, thank you from me, and I think from all of us. The third thing that I wanted to say, you know, there's a lot going on in Terra Classic. A lot of people are building a lot of things, which has just been mentioned, and that's awesome. Some people are building ways to buy Lunc. So Juris Protocol is building a reason to buy Lunc. So I just wanted to say that. I hope everybody has a great day. Talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, DJ. Thanks for coming on. Rexy, LL, I'll message you guys. Maybe we'll try and arrange one for a bit earlier, so it's not too late for me. Maybe midday for you guys in the UK and Europe for next week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I'll message you guys and we'll try and set up another time. I still want to do these whilst I'm away. I enjoy doing the spaces.
That's great. And,
Thanks, guys.
And thanks for holding these. I think you do a fantastic job. It's not easy kind of chairing this kind of thing. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your holiday in Thailand.
He does an amazing job, mate. Not a fantastic, just amazing. Really good. Rocko's, well done. I love it.
Thanks. Lunc and Juris pumps to pay for all this after. Maybe I'll just carry on staying in Thailand.
And then you'll be able to DJ grab some pictures of yourself with some added bits, won't you?
I'm not sure if DJ was serious about the DMs. All right, cheers, guys. Have a good rest of the evening. We'll try and catch you guys next week. Enjoy the bull markets. Good night, all.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.